All right, we are live. Hey, sorry I'm about 2 minutes late. Google decided I need to re-authenticate my login, and that just kind of caused all kinds of problems at the last second. Hey, I know the audio quality may not be the best today. None of the sound paneling came in. Long story, working on improving the sound quality. We'll get that taken care of very quickly here. But for today, we're going to bear with what we have and have some fun in the Q&A. So the lighting and the video is working, but it's going to take a few, maybe a week more to get the audio all set up. Nope, no sound. See here, microphone, testing, one. Can you guys hear me? Let's see here. I see this working. We have sound. There is sound. Okay. Well, apparently somebody else had issues, but if you didn't hear me, check your mute. Freaked me out there. I had to go in the settings. So yeah, so we're in the new office. This is my first Q&A with the video camera and the lighting. The audio may have a little echo in here. I know the soundproofing hasn't come in. The carpet hasn't come in. And I'm literally, this is a white folding table from Walmart. My desk is right now until the desk gets here. But we're sitting here. We got the new backdrop here. I got some more stuff. I'm going to do this, try to make it do some more cool stuff in the future. Hang in there with me as we set that up. But we are going to be slowly improving the Q&As and doing all kinds of stuff here. Let me quickly share this on social media as we let everybody know we are live now. And then we'll get into your questions. If you have a question, core cutting related question, post it in the comments. I'm going to do my best to answer as many as we can. We're going to have some fun. We're going to continue to develop and grow the Q&A with the goal of trying to help as many people as possible learn about the world of core cutting. So let's share this real quick and get it on Facebook. Here we go. Facebook is always very slow posting recently. I don't know why they do that lately. It definitely seems like there's some Facebook post issues. All right, there we go. We're all set. So, to your questions. And everybody, it's great to see so many people here every single week. I really appreciate the support and all your help. Will YouTube Premiere ever include live TV or vice versa? Well, YouTube TV kind of includes some of the YouTube premium features, the YouTube original content, but not the ad-free part. Could they do it? Yeah, they could definitely come in and combine the two in the future, but for now, they don't seem interested in doing that. So I wouldn't hold your breath on that. $5 and a half price. Let's see here. Yes, DirecTV Now lost a lot of subscribers. We've been talking about this for over a month now. AT&T said, hey, we're going to lose subscribers. They've canceled all the promotional offerings. They've really cut back on the deals. The device deals are all gone. And now they're saying, hey, guess what? We're going to have to, we're losing subscribers. So yeah, they lost over, I think, 200-some thousand subscribers. Really crazy, more than even I expected. But in hindsight, it shouldn't be. You know, what's interesting, though, is cord cutting grew at a faster rate. AT&T lost over 700,000 TV customers in 2018. That's just for AT&T. So we'll have to wait and see what happens next. Texas firefighter says he's got the 43-inch Toshiba Fire TV Edition Smart TV. Hey, let me know. You say it's nice. What do you like about it? Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you, Texas. What's your quick 5-minute review? I have the Westinghouse version of the Fire TV Edition Smart TVs. I'd love to know your Toshiba review. Mine is 18 degrees in Chicago. Yeah, it's unbelievably cold in Michigan where I'm from. Very happy to be in Texas. We were complaining because it was only in the 50s today. Which is better to watch the Super Bowl, OTA antenna or a digital streaming service? An antenna. If you can use an antenna, get an antenna. It'll give you a better picture and no delay on it. Far less likely to run into any technical glitches with an antenna. Are Samsung TVs any good? Yeah, they are very good. Always be careful of the premium price, but they are very good quality. Some of the smart apps, they do miss ones that like a Roku TV or Fire TV, so you still may want to add in a Roku TV, etc. Viper, thank you for the $5 donation. I really appreciate it. Helps us keep going. He says, Luke, everybody wants their own streaming service. Please tell me we won't end up going back to the cable model. Well, two things. A, competition is probably a good thing, right? More competition means more pressure out there. I don't think we're going to go back to cable model because let's say AT&T's DirecTV now wanted to go to cable model. Well, YouTube TV, PlayStation View, Hulu, all these others would be more than happy to take all those customers that DirecTV Now doesn't want. And I think that's a big part of what's been happening recently is a lot of the DirecTV Now customers who were unhappy have gone to other services. But no, I don't believe we're going to be jumping right back into that. And if it is, as always, just do something different. Get a different service, make a different decision on that. What does Samsung miss some apps that Roku has? There is a ton. News On, all kinds of ones. Not all live TV streaming services are on Samsung, for example. All right. One thing to remember, we have a giveaway happening right now. We're giving away, sorry that's kind of hard to read. I'm going to have to change that color next week because the new background it kind of blends in with. But we're giving away a Fire TV Stick 4K and a late night binge box. Link in the show notes to enter it down below. The binge box is sitting right there. It was a gift I got from Amazon at CES, one of their events I attended, and includes a pair of Fire TV branded socks, only one size, and a can of Fire TV branded Pringles, and a Fire TV Stick 4K in there. So one lucky reader is going to get that box or viewer here. Make sure you enter it. Link in the show notes. There's multiple ways to enter. The more you do, the more chances you get. So check that out. How many channels do you see Pluto TV having by the end of 2019? That's hard to say because they always rotate. They'll have a channel for a few months and then it will rotate into something different. But I would expect that Pluto TV is going to continue to expand their content. When will DirecTV streaming box be available? Well, it's already available in beta testing. When will it go to public? Probably this year. Exactly when, though, I do not know. Will AT&T Sportsnet work on a streaming service? Well, we've heard for years now that they are. I forget which NBA team. I think it was from Colorado. They say, yeah, it's coming. AT&T Sportsnet's coming to live TV streaming services, and it's been over a year. That did not happen. AT&T seems to have their foot in two sides, where they want cord cutting to happen and where they don't want cord cutting to happen. And as of today, they're in the both ends, and AT&T Sportsnet hopefully will soon end up on a service. We'll wait and see. Hey, any thought on why Philo app doesn't work on it? Why Philo app doesn't work on what, Teresa? Let me know. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Give me a little bit more details there. Sorry, Me Cool Android box. I do not know that particular Android box, so I would assume it's because it's just a small generic Android box. There is an Android TV Philo app out there that will work on like NVIDIA Shield, My Box, and more. What are your thoughts on MLB's extending their contract with ESPN? Any games that will be streamed on ESPN Plus? I don't have all the details on that right now. I do know that they're still working on negotiating for in-market streaming. So we probably won't know the streaming details for MLB for a couple more weeks probably. Is free DirecTV with AT&T really worth it? Is there any catches? My family is getting 5 phones, so under $40, I think. Can you use DirecTV on the Roku? You're probably talking about AT&T Watch TV. It's not DirecTV. You do get that for free with your DirecTV or your AT&T Unlimited and More plan. It's a selection of channels. It's not bad. There's no DVR. There's other catches. But, you know, hey, if it's free to their phone service, why not use it? Jonathan, says, how does Locast get by with streaming locals? Is it because they're free? They're using a loophole by being a nonprofit. And so far, no one's taken them to court over it. So there is a specific cutout for nonprofit organizations. They're operating as a nonprofit, and that's how they're getting around it. Do you know why Spectrum is blocking WGN TV and other Chicago channels? I don't know why they're blocking them. It may be a contract dispute. I'll look into that. Stewie says Straight Talk is awesome. Yeah, I've used Straight Talk before. I was really, really happy with it. The only reason I went back to Verizon was because I needed a hotspot for work. But Straight Talk is very well worth it. The customer service I thought to be excellent. Why are streaming services so slow to add features? Got to test it out, got to make sure it works. Give it time. They have been slowly across the board all adding new features. How can I convince my parents to use a Roku remote since my dad has difficulties? They're used to traditional cable. Well, Roku is definitely one of the easier ones out there for people who are not very technically inclined, we'll call it. But I would always say, hey, if they're not willing to do it, don't force them. Gotta want to make the move. I do not always get good cell phone reception when I live in a small town. I do not always get 4G. Will 5G get better reception? Hopefully. One of the things I know, like with my Pixel now, they have Wi-Fi calling built into the phone. So I sometimes have poor reception in certain parts of my home, my new home here, and the Wi-Fi calling through Verizon on the Pixel works great. So you may want to look at maybe getting a phone like a Pixel that supports Wi-Fi calling. I think T-Mobile has a bunch that does it too. NYC says, I saw someone on Twitter mention that Amazon Prime or YouTube could get MLB rights in the future. Which is more likely, Amazon or YouTube? Well, Amazon seems to be willing to spend more money. It is true, MLB is renegotiating in-market streaming rights. More than likely, it would probably come to the MLB at TV app if they get the in-market streaming rights that they're trying to push for. But if I had picked between Amazon and YouTube, it seems like Amazon has a wallet that's more willing to be opened right now. But YouTube has the money. If they really wanted it, they could get it. Bob, unfortunately, YouTube, what ads you see on our YouTube comes from Google. And we don't have any control over it. So just keep that in mind. Does Hulu, can you get Hulu for $5.99? Hulu is lowering the price to $5.99 in February. So somewhere halfway through next month or so, the price of Hulu will go down to $5.99 for the limited commercial one. Hello, Ed. I have PlayStation View. My folks like it to use it in Wisconsin. They do eventually crack down. So your question is, can you use it in Chicago and they use it in Wisconsin on the same account? PlayStation View will eventually crack down on you and turn off one or the other. So at some point, they're going to have to get their own. Can cold temperatures affect over-the-air television? Not significantly, but if you live right on the edge, not necessarily the cold temperatures, but the high wind and snow can cause issue. If you ever listen to AM radio and you hear that crackle of thunder or lightning, or when the snow is very heavy, but cold not necessarily, it's more about the amount of snow. Now the interesting thing is when snow is covering the ground, it actually increases over-the-air TV reception because it better bounces the signal along its path there. So keep that in mind. Matt McGee says, any chances of the Food Network coming to YouTube TV? Could be, but YouTube TV has not said anything about it coming to YouTube TV. When is Fox Nation coming to Roku? We don't know, but they are coming. Did you hear that MLB is putting a bid on the Fox RSNs from Disney? I have heard that rumor. I wasn't sure if that was confirmed. I'll have to look into that. And Todd, hey, thanks for being a member of our YouTube channel. Your $5 supports us and helps keep us running. Will OTA 3.0 provide stronger, faster signal? Yes, 3.0 is supposed to give better reception for people and farther away. Now, that doesn't mean you're suddenly going to get everything, but let's say you lived on an edge of where you're currently receiving a signal. You should be able to get that or get a better deal, all that. Hello, Larry. I'm sorry to hear it's cold. It's very nice here in Texas. But how do I set up a remote control with my Chromecast? You don't use a remote control. With Chromecast, you use a phone or a tablet. Now, if you want a remote and you like Android and Chromecast features, you can get something like an NVIDIA Shield or a Mi Box. They will allow you to go and stream or have a traditional remote, but still have the casting feature there. So you may want to look at investing in a Mi Box. Is actually the same price as a Roku or a Chromecast Ultra, Will 3.0 over-the-air TV have 8K when it launches next year? No, it's going to have 4K though, which is an upgrade from the current HD standard. Luke, have you heard that if MLB will allow in-stream market for MLB next season. MLB is in negotiations right now to offer in-market streaming. Last we heard, these negotiations are still underway, and there's no promising that will actually happen, unfortunately. Fingers crossed it will. We'll have to wait and see. MLB has always been one of the more forward-thinking sports groups. I would have to say NBA probably right up there with them. And they have come out and said, hey, we're renegotiating. All their streaming deals have expired after last season, and they're still renegotiating them. Time's running out a little bit on that. But they have said that in-market streaming is an important part of that effort, that they really do want in-market streaming to be a part of their future deals. Yes, here's a great one. DirecTV, yes, we did hear. We were one of the first organizations to report this, but DirecTV now did lose 270-some thousand subscribers. DirecTV, the satellite version, lost over 600. In total, over 700,000 pay TV subscriber lost in 2018 for AT&T. It turns out people really do care about the fact that they want quality service. Price and channel is great, but if your customer service is bad and your product is bad, people are going to go somewhere else. And with no contracts, it's very easy to say, hey, DirecTV Now, I'm unhappy. I'm going to Hulu, I'm going to Sling, I'm going to PlayStation Vue, YouTube TV, Fubo, wherever. Basically in 15 minutes, I can cancel DirecTV Now and I can be on Hulu, or I can be on YouTube, or I can be on PlayStation Vue. This is the ultimate dream of cord cutting, is the ability, if you're just not happy, you switch. Well, apparently people have been unhappy with DirecTV now that they raised the price, ended promotional offers, and they've had a lot of technical issues. So we'll wait and see what happens. Hey, everybody. So great to see so many people here. Welcome to the new office, our first full legit Q&A in here. Hey, soundproofing, we had a little issue. Have to get that reshipped out here. Carpet's not in. This is a white folding table from Walmart. That's my desk right now. So hang in here with me. I know the audio quality is poor right now. The audio quality will be getting better here, hopefully by this time next week, if not the week after. We'll be working on the office this weekend. So hey, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we answer your core related questions. And hey, perfect day to be here. We are giving away a Fire TV Stick 4K, the brand new Fire TV 4K streaming stick out there, the most powerful streaming player from Amazon, and a late night binge box, which is sitting right here. This came from Amazon. Let me grab this. This was a gift that Amazon gave out at one of their events at CS. Comes with a pair of Amazon Fire TV socks. Pretty cool. It's got the Fire TV right there, and a can of Pringles, late night Fire TV branded Pringles. So if you want to enter to win this box, you can go in the show notes down below. We have a link to our giveaway. In that giveaway, there is multiple ways to enter the giveaway. The more you do, the more chances you get, but you only have to do one of them to be entered. So check that out. You could be the lucky winner of that box. You have until Monday night to enter the giveaway for that Fire TV late night binge box is what they call it. All right. Howard says, do you think PlayStation Vue will survive? I think Sony's finally giving PlayStation Vue the attention it deserves. They've been investing in it. They did add some channels. They dropped some channels. MGM HD was dropped recently. I'm not sure when. But it is been changed. So we'll see. I like what Sony's doing. I like the efforts. I do still think the name change will go a long ways to helping them resolve a lot of issues PlayStation Vue is having. I still get questions from people like, hey, I would love to get PlayStation Vue. I don't own a PlayStation. A name change, I think, will go a long ways to solving that issue for them. So fingers crossed they do that. Don't really think Sony's going to pull the trigger on a name change, sadly. But could they succeed? I think Sony's got a very legitimate chance to be one of the last streaming services. At some point, there's 20 services. Not all of them going to survive. Who's going to fail? Really comes down to how serious Sony is. Are they going to dedicate the resources and the time to address many of the issues there? I think they're making a good first move at it. When is AT&T shutting down Uverse TV? Probably not for some time, but they are deliberately pushing people towards satellite and away from it, from Uverse TV. Luke, I have an older Roku IR remote, and I can use both that and the newer FR radio frequency remote on the same Roku. Yeah, so you have like a Roku Ultra, which is used as the wireless point anywhere remote, they call them. You can still use the IR remotes, but it doesn't have the features like voice search and that kind of stuff on it. Hey, a lot of people are answering or are posting questions while I'm answering other ones. If I didn't answer your question, repost it. I'm going to try to answer all the questions I can get today. Edward says, are people losing their jobs at cable companies because of cord cutting? Yeah, we're one of the areas they've lost them. And it's kind of funny because they lost them in some areas, but they replaced them in others. The people, AT&T has laid off quite a few of the people who sit in the trucks. Think about fewer people are signing up for Dish. There's fewer reasons to have a bunch of people sitting in trucks to install dishes on people's home. AT&T has announced that, hey, we're going to get rid of satellite TV. We're not going to be doing that here soon. We're going to go completely to streaming, even on the DirecTV side. So, yeah, there is some job loss. On the flip side of it, it's creating a bunch of jobs in the technology fields. Dish has been taking those same jobs and repurposing them. For instance, when my Samsung washing machine a couple years ago got recalled, a Dish tech came and fixed it. Dish will now come to your home and install an antenna on your roof. Like I said, some jobs go away, new jobs are created. You asked me a few years ago if Dish would install antenna, I'd be like, no, now Dish would do that for you. Question, how many companies are getting into 5G, and will we see 5G home plans for $39.99? Currently, there's maybe 8 or 9 companies, I think, in 5G. Dish, Charter, Microsoft, C-SPAN, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint, and a couple others. Will we see plans at $39.99? Maybe eventually once it gets on the road. Currently, Verizon's selling it starting at $50. It works out to be about $300 down with no data cap if you're a Verizon Wireless customer. As more internet services come on, I do think that will create competition and force the price down, but we're probably a year or two from that. Is Spectrum News included on the Spectrum Roku app? I'm really not sure about that, Bill. I don't know if Spectrum's news service is included in that. Yes. Hey, here's a great one. Craig says, remember to use their browsers from Hoopla and Canopy by tomorrow. Borrows by Hoopla and Canopy. Yeah, so, hey, if you have a local public library, take advantage of it. Not only do they offer DVDs and stuff, a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to go to my public library. Most public libraries now offer streaming, and you get a set amount of rentals. You can rent audiobooks and music CDs and movies and TV shows. Hoopla and Canopy are the big ones. Contact your local public library to learn more, but it's one more ad-free, 100% free streaming service out there. You need a public library card. You use that to create an account on these services, and you can watch it on your Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, phones, tablets, etc. Hoopla and Canopy, if you're not taking advantage of your public library, your tax dollars are paying for it, you might as well use it. But I would recommend checking out your public library. Not only, the DVDs are great. I found them really helpful to watch some stuff I want to watch. But now that they have streaming, it's a really great option. And a lot of them also offer things like ebooks, audio books, music, and more. Luke, will the Super Bowl be available in 4K? I have not heard of plans for 4K. CBS is doing it this year. They're not. If it was on Fox, it may be, because Fox has done some 4K things in the past already. I believe it's only going to be in HD. But it will be streamed for free through the CBS app on things like Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and more. If you have CBS All Access, it will stream there. You will also see it on, of course, if you have CBS through your local, like DirecTV Now, YouTube TV, Hulu, etc., you'll see it there. If you have the ability, Nintendo is always highly recommended. Are there any accessible streaming services for the blind? Hulu, Netflix, and a bunch of others do offer special audio tracks for the blind. Roku, for example, offers a voice menu command, so you can enable it, and then I think if you press the star key 5 times, it auto-enables it. You can go to settings. Whereas you browse around, your Roku will talk to you and tell you what you're on, like, you're not hovering over Netflix, etc. And then Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu offer descriptive audio tracks where not only will you hear the dialogue, you also, let's say there's an action scene, there will be a voiceover being describing the action on the TV. The Amazon Fire Echoes have built-in echoes. Amazon Fire TV Cube, is a built-in echo which allows you for 100% hands-free control. So you can say, hey, activation code to your Echo. I know everybody hates it when I say Alexa. Sorry, I just enabled a bunch of Alexa devices everywhere. My apologies. But you can, with your free hand, without using your hands, say, tell your Fire TV, open the app, open Netflix, play King of the Hill, play this, play that. And so if you are blind, I would recommend maybe checking out the Amazon Fire TV Cube. Roku's do have it. But I was really impressed with the hands-free options and the voice commands there. Really great for people with disabilities, and I don't think the Fire TV Cube is getting the respect in that right that it should. Are there any, all right, I answered that one. If I haven't answered your questions, re-ask it. I'll do my best to answer them. Hello from, checking in from -50 Wisconsin. Man, Brian, it's about 100 degrees warmer here in Texas. It's still, I think, let's see here. It's 48 degrees here in Texas, above zero. So it's almost 50 degrees, or almost 100 degrees warmer here in Texas. Sorry. Didn't mean to rub that in. Which areas do you think will be first to convert to 3.0? Well, Phoenix is a big test market. Dallas, Texas, Cleveland, Ohio. I want to say Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. There's a bunch of others. Parts of California will be getting it too. Those will probably be some of the first ones that get it. Howard says, I have a 65-inch Roku TV with Sony soundbar. Do you know what the best settings are? Are the best settings for sound? Not necessarily. I apologize. I'm not much. I believe if you use the default connected, if you're using the optical audio, the Bluetooth, or whatever, it should work just right for you. Is the HD Home Run Connected a good choice? Yeah, it is a great choice. They now have the Quattro, or however you say it, the one which is an HD Home Run Connect all-in-one. So no longer do you need a second device. No longer do you need another hard drive, all that. It's all built into one device. You connect it to your Wi-Fi network. You stream it to your Fire TV, NVIDIA Shield, etc. The thing my number one complaint about the HD Home Run in the past was for the average person, it wasn't very user friendly. You needed to have a media center and set up a bunch of steps and do a lot. Now with their new all-in-one DVR, it comes pre-installed with the software, it comes pre-installed with the hard drive. It's all set. You connect it to your Ethernet, not Wi-Fi, Ethernet, I apologize, and it works. Very similar to a Tableau DVR. The only reason I don't fully think it's perfect for everybody yet is there's no Wi-Fi on it, and I think that limits where you can put it. For instance, where the best place for your antenna may not be where your router is. Either you're going to have to run an Ethernet cable all the ways down to wherever the router is, or you want to use something like a Tableau DVR or Clearstream TV that offers the ability to have Wi-Fi and connect it over Wi-Fi. So hopefully they add that. The other thing is it doesn't support Roku players. But if you don't use Roku and you can put your antenna closer where Ethernet can be connected to your Wi-Fi router, then yes, it's a great device. If Pluto TV adds a paid version with all the Viacom channels launching, let's say $5 or $10 a month, do you see people paying for that? I do think there's always an option for a paid version, but Viacom CEO has been very clear that Pluto TV will remain free. Viacom sells a lot of ad spaces out there, and they really want to be able to expand that. That's the ability to sell ads on Pluto TV is the reason they bought Pluto TV. Do you recommend buying a 3.0 modem or a 3.1 modem? If you can, buy a 3.1. It'll make you more future-proof. Howard, thank you. I'm glad you like the new office. Hang in here. We got the soundproofing coming, got carpet, got a desk coming. Got to have a desk. This white folding table is just not going to cut it forever. But yeah, hang in there. A lot of them say they will have 5G, but it's actual 5GE. Yeah, so AT&T has 5G mobile, which is their upgrade 4G. You could debate if it's real 5G or not. There's an argument both sides of that. Fixed 5G, which is what T-Mobile, which is what Verizon, what AT&T says they will offer someday, is the home internet version of 5G. It's already live in several markets by Verizon. It's going live soon by T-Mobile, and AT&T will also be doing it soon. Volume seems a little bit low. Well, let me move the microphone up. Yeah, you're going to bear with me. We are still literally setting up. Some of it may be the echo in here playing with your volume. How many TVs can I connect to my dish OTA antenna? Now, in theory, they install it to one room. Now, you can pay them for 50 bucks to run it to additional rooms. So really, in theory, you can run it to multiple TVs without problem. Hey, great to see so many new people here. Hit that subscribe button. Every Wednesday we're live. We have all kinds of other core camera related videos. Don't forget though, we're giving away a Fire TV Stick 4K, a Fire TV late night binge kit that Amazon gave me at CES. Includes a Fire TV branded socks, Fire TV Pringles, and the Fire TV Stick 4K streaming stick. So link in the show notes if you want to enter to that giveaway. And again, please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us. Do you think PlayStation View will eventually add more multi-screen devices? Yes. I don't really see why they couldn't. Of course, Sony wants to sell PlayStation, so they're making some of the best features of PlayStation View exclusive to the PlayStation. If I have a D series Vizio Smart TV, am I be able to get 3.0? Probably not. They are going to be selling dongle updates for the NVIDIA or for 3.0. I think Intense Direct has talked about having some type of device or dongle, which you'd be able to plug into the HDMI port in your TV, plug your antenna into that, and then have 3.0. So I don't really want to worry about 3.0 because even once 3.0 launches next year, for 5 more years, they're going to continue to broadcast in the current standard. So you have a lot of time out there to go for before we have to deal with upgrading TVs. Luke, any sports or any sports broadcasts streamed in 4K? Yes, Fubo TV is currently, I believe, the only live TV streaming service to do 4K. NBC Sports and some Fox ones, I believe, are both being streamed in 4K. Only select events, not all. The World Cup was one of the first ones to be streamed in 4K on Fubo TV. But if you really want 4K, check out Fubo TV. They offer 4K there. Have not gotten the 9.0 update. Yes, some Roku TVs still have not gotten it. I believe it's rolling out. Yes, definitely don't leave your dog or kids or anybody outside too late when it's this cold. Will Chromecast ever develop their own Android remote operating system? Stream player. So, and Chromecast and Android TV are the same company, same version. So if you want a Chromecast version with a remote, get Android TV because Android TV boxes also include a Chromecast feature built in. So you can go get Android TV, like an NVIDIA Shield or a MyBox or an Android TV Smart TV, and then still cast it from your phone or tablet to your TV. And from there, you can go and use your streaming player remote to control the TV. Luke, is Hulu going to add 4K support for live TV? Maybe someday. When? Do not know. What do I think of the WWE running a competitive halftime show? I love it. The halftime shows in the Super Bowl have been kind of subpar-ish a little bit recently. So, hey, maybe competition will force the quality of the halftime show over there up. We'll wait and see. Of course, there's also the Puppy Bowl or whatever they call it that does their own halftime show. All right. Hey, if I haven't answered your question, re-ask it. Lots of people, questions sometimes go by before I can answer one question and get to the next. Any word on Pixel 4 coming out? Well, they just got the Pixel 3 out. Probably not until late this year for a Pixel 4. I wish Sony would rename PlayStation View the Sony View and would leave PlayStation name for the consoles. Yeah, I agree with you. I really think it's very confusing for people who are not very technical or very aware of the space. When they hear PlayStation View, they rightfully think, hey, I don't own a PlayStation, so I can't get PlayStation View. I still, to this day, get questions about that. And PlayStation View is a great service. For some people, it's the right fit for them. Not for everybody, but for some people. And I think if they would take the time to go and change the name, it would fix that issue for most people. Why does DirecTV Now show error messages when loading channels? I do wait, but the video still hangs. Yeah, DirecTV Now has had a lot of issues. They say they're working to fix them. All right, keep those questions coming. I'm going to answer them. We got about 20 more minutes for questions. And hey, again, Wow, great group of people here today. Thanks for joining us. We answer all your core car related questions. Also visit us over at corecarsnews.com. Corecarsnews.com. Pardon me. Luke, has Hulu said any more about allowing offline downloading? No, other than saying it's still in the works, that's it. If I get a 4K TV, will I be able to pull in 4K TV stations on my 4K TV? Not over there yet. 4K over there TV signals will start rolling out next year with 3.0. If you got a 4K TV system, you will be able to use some streaming services. There are a lot of services like Netflix and Amazon and Fubo that do offer some content in 4K, depending on which devices, etc. you use, will depend on which apps offer 4K. Do you think AT&T's a Watch TV service? East Coast. I'm not sure I fully understand your question. Re-ask it. I'm assuming you're asking if the AT&T Watch TV, the free one for AT&T Unlimited and more subscribers, counts towards your data cap. Is that what you're asking? Any news and if Tesla is working on satellite 5G? Tesla is not working on that. SpaceX, which is separate from Tesla, same parent guy though, is working on a satellite-based internet service. Yes, it's a low-level satellite, so there's different tiers of where satellites are. Like HugeNet are high-up satellites, which deals with latency. These new ones that are being tested are much smaller satellites spread out across the United States and around the world, much lower orbit, and then they can offer better streaming, better latency and stuff. You may still not want to use that for gaming, but it may be good enough for streaming Netflix and everything. Do you think AT&T? Do you think on AT&T is there a TV service you would get it for free if you were an AT&T customer? Well, if you're an AT&T Unlimited and more wireless customer, you do get a free AT&T Watch TV, which is kind of like a Philo TV service, just a handful of channels, one stream at a time, no DVR. Mule says, I have a new TCL 6 series. It has trouble loading certain channels. Would adjusting streaming speed help? I would first make sure you have strong Wi-Fi signal. I have a 6 series in our living room. No issues like that. So I'm going to say it's most likely you have weak Wi-Fi wherever you are. Try to improve the Wi-Fi signal and see if that fixes your problems. Who will have Big Bang Theory streaming rights once the show officially ends? We'll see. I think for now, it's on a few services, CBS All Access being the main one. Follow the law. I'm not fully sure I understand your question. It says, how can you, honestly, can you tell us why someone doesn't provide a streaming source, or we specifically select the channels we want? Okay. You're basically asking, why don't we have a la carte TV? Why can't I pick 5 channels and pay whatever I want? There is one option. If you're a Spectrum Internet customer, you can get their Spectrum Select one, which for like 20 some bucks, you get your locals, you get some music channels no one cares about, and you get to pick 10 channels from a list. There are some limitations to it. The problem is, the reality is most channels won't survive. If you were able to just pay for the ones you want, there's been reports that said even channels like CNN and the Weather Channel would probably go under because not enough people watch them to justify the cost of paying for them. Others like ESPN and similar networks, Fox Sports, would probably do just fine. But a lot of the smaller networks just wouldn't make it. So paying pressure needs to be brought up a little bit more. I do expect, for example, that we will see more bundled services where it would say, hey, for a fixed amount of money, pick 10 channels, and you get to pick any of these 10 channels you want. I expect to see more like that in the future. As of today, I do think we're, maybe a year from starting to see a pain point pressure come in where we'll start seeing that become a reality for more people. Yeah, NYC says is very right. Warner Bros. Does have rights to The Big Bang Theory. It's very possible that could end up in AT&T's new streaming service they're launching this year. We'll wait and see what happens. It will see when rights would revert back to them. So fingers crossed. Why do newer Roku devices freeze when I switch back and forth from cable box to Blu-ray back to Roku? I have not experienced that. Roku does offer free technical support. I would recommend you contact Roku. Which service did you say offers the individual streaming? If you are a Spectrum Internet customer, you have to have Spectrum Internet. They do offer a Spectrum Choice streaming service, which allows you to get for like 20 some bucks. You get your locals, some music channels no one cares about, and 10 channels from a list. It's not every channel you get a pick from. It's a selection of channels. There's no DVR. There's some other limitations. Carmen says, I have the Air TV 2 on its way. If I cancel my Sling subscription after 3 months promo, can I still use the Sling app on my OTA channels? There is an Air TV app on like Roku and other devices. If you cancel your Sling, you will still be able to access your local channels through your Air TV used as a DVR through the Air TV app, for example, on your phone, tablet, or Roku. I believe it's on the Apple TV and Fire TV also. Colin says, it is important to rescan your OTA channels at least once a month. I just did it and got all the major networks. Yeah, so if you haven't rescanned, I would rescan. Where I live, like 4 new sub channels popped up in the last couple months, so I would recommend that you go and get it. Luke, where else can you find the MGM channel? Right now, MGM HD, now that PlayStation View has dropped it, is not available on any streaming service. It's not even available on most cable networks. It's just it just airs classic movies. Most of those MGM movies are available on different streaming services from Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon. Shop around. You will probably find those movies you want to watch in other places. Will you be adding any new Core Cars News merchandise? I'm always willing to support good work done by Core Cars News. Yeah, down below in the show notes, we do have, of course, the coffee mug, if you want to get this. But we do have a link, and let me see if I can share it here, for things like t-shirts. Yes, all the ways down towards the bottom of the description, we do have a link to our Teespring store with some t-shirts, hoodies, pants, and all kinds of different things. So check that out if you want to buy a Core Cars News t-shirt. Hey, you could help us earn a little bit of revenue, stay afloat. We would really appreciate it. And you get some pretty cool gear. All right. What's your favorite streaming service? Really depends on the day. Of course, I have the Netflix, Hulu, Amazon. Those are the ones where I spend probably most of my time. I love News On. I love the ability to stream my local news. I love all kinds of stuff, to be honest with you. So really depends on who has the content you want. So keep that in mind. Follow the Law says, I cut the cord because of you and the high cost of the service. Thank you. Hey, Follow the Law. Appreciate those kind words. Hopefully we help you save some money going forward from here too. Which streaming services do I see going out of business in 2019? I don't have any major ones predict. Of course, so probably some of the smaller ones will go under. I do predict that we will see a few of the live TV streaming services make it. There's 20 T-Mobile TVs coming. Philo's launching an English version. I do think that some of the live TV streaming services just won't make it going forward. Just too many of them, to be honest with you. Are you noticing that as more people are cutting the cord, internet and streaming services? Well, yeah, but at the same time, cable TV is going up. Cable TV and pretty much every service went up $5 to $11 this month. So at the same time that you could say, hey, well, this service went up in price, it's very possible, at the same time cable went up in price. So you're still saving more this year than you did last year. Yes, VidGo, sorry. VidGo is the one launching an English version. Luke, is there a way to watch your Tableau content on a Roku or Apple TV outside your home network? Not that I know of. Right now, you have to use like a tablet or a laptop to do that. Core content services are becoming more fragmented. Yes and no. At the same time, they're consolidating in other areas. So give it time. We're still in the very early days of all this. Let's see how it washes out. How do you scan for channels? Go into the settings on your TV, and you can scan there. If you're wondering how to do it, enter in the model number of your TV found on the back of your TV. If it's like the brand name and the model number, and type in scan for channels, a help page will pop up in Google, help you figure out how to do that. Do you think Carlin will ever get to the cost of cable prices because they keep raising them? The only way cord cutting will cost as much as cable is if cable stops raising the price. Does anyone honestly believe cable will stop raising the price? Show of hands, can anybody say honestly, yeah, cable's going to stop raising the price for the next 10 years so cord cutting can eventually catch up in cost? That's just not happening. It's just not. Last year, Spectrum raised their price twice. Raised the core plan early in the year, then they raised all the fees. Comcast is raising a bunch of fees. DirecTV is raising their fees. Spectrum's raising their fees again this year. In the last 6 months, Spectrum's raising the price twice. So the only way cord cutting will ever cost more than cable is if you assume that cable will stop raising its price and then just raise the cost of streaming. That's just not going to happen. It's just not. You know, cable went up $5 to $11 a month depending on which plan you subscribe to. Cord cutting went up $2 to $5. You're still saving more this year than you did last year with cord cutting. With internet costs, now you're seeing things like 5G rolling in. We're finally getting to the cost where there's we're getting to the point in the world where there's competition in home internet. $50, $300 down, no data cap from Verizon. 5G will eventually bring in competition, just like cord cutting did for TV, and drive the cost of home internet down. There was recently a study that said in markets with 3 or more internet providers, the cost of the service is lower and the speed of the service is faster than markets with only 2 or fewer internet options. I don't believe you can use a Clearstream to integrate with Sling TV, but you can use a Clearstream and Sling TV on the same streaming player like a Roku. Any new OTA channels coming out? Yes, there's a couple new ones coming out. Of course, Court TV is probably the biggest one. The old cable network is being relaunched as a over-the-air network. They did get rights to all the old Court TV cable channel contents. They'll be able to re-air all the old programming. And they are hiring new people, new anchors to have new Court TV coverage. So keep an eye out for Court TV. I think they said about half the United States will be there at launch. And they'll be adding more Court TV affiliates across the nation soon. Do I think YouTube TV will get HGTV? Could happen. They haven't said anything about it happening. So, as with, could this service get this channel? Could that service do this? Yeah, it could, but they haven't announced it. So, if they do, though, I'll be reporting it over at corecarsnews.com. So, keep that in mind. Hey, everybody, I'm about to call this a night real quick. Hey, great to see so many people here. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us a lot. If you want, I know this color here is not the greatest. We will be changing the color of it, but we are giving away a Fire TV Stick 4K and a Fire TV Bench Box sitting right here. I got that from Amazon at CES Press event this week. Has some Fire TV socks, Fire TV Stick 4K in it, a thing of Fire TV branded Pringles, which are pretty cool. I thought about taking those, but they're going out to one lucky person. In the link down below is how you enter. You only have to do one. The more things you do, the more options you get. So check them out. Jim, hey, thank you greatly for your $5 donation. Huge help keeping Core Cars News running. I really appreciate it. Will Antenna TV or Me TV ever stream live online? Probably. When? I don't know. Yes, Hulu's commercial-free plan is only for Hulu's on-demand content. It's most of it, not all of it. Hulu Live TV is a live stream, so if ESPN goes to commercial, it's going to show the commercial there. Hey, real quick, I'm going to hit play a commercial real quick. Let's go see a 30-second commercial. Hey, it helps me, and then we'll come back and answer a couple more questions after I play this little 30-second bit. For everybody else here, while not seeing that 30-second commercial, hey, thanks for your support. Really appreciate it. Cannot believe the growth of Core Cars News. We are seeing record traffic on the site. We are seeing record traffic over on our YouTube channel. I really, really do appreciate it. You guys have all been unbelievably amazing. Really, really appreciate it all. So, hey, hang in here with me. We're going to answer a few more questions. The ad for some of the people who saw it, I don't understand how YouTube picks that, but that ad just ended. So, hey, if you have a question, get it here. I'll answer a couple more questions. East Coast, how do you scan for channels on TV? It's hard to say because each TV is different. Enter the model number, be on a sticker on the back of your TV and the manufacturer. There will be a help page pop up in Google. So go to Google, type in Sony TV model XY, whatever, and you'll be able to find a way there to do that. How do I install Clearstream TV on your Fire Stick? Well, if Clearstream TV is sold like Walmart, you buy this little stick, you install the Clearstream app on your Fire TV, connect this Clearstream TV stick to your Wi-Fi, connect your antenna to the Clearstream stick. It streams your antenna to your Fire TV. Ooh, Adam, I would love to get a 100,000 subscriber plaque. Maybe this year. A guy can dream. We need 50,000 subscribers. We're still in January. Maybe you could help us hit that subscribe button. Let your friends know. We would really appreciate it. But we are working hard. Hey, NYC, right now we are not looking for any contributors. Unfortunately, because some past things, we don't take any outside guest ones, except for maybe a handful from certain companies that we have where we have to do a contract. But if you want to support Core Cars News, just hit that subscribe button. If you have a tip, send us an email. Go to corecarsnews.com, hit that tip. Unfortunately, because of legal issues, we just don't take any more guest posts, except for, like I said, if we were happy to get one from like Roku or Amazon or Hulu like we have in the past. Do you think AT&T will neglect DirecTV Now? Yeah, I kind of think that honestly AT&T needs to pay more attention to DirecTV Now. I do think that they need to focus a little bit more, because if you think about it, they have 4 live TV streaming services all competing with each other. AT&T needs to put some blinders on and go there. What's your opinion on US TV 24/7? Not very familiar with that. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, to just be honest with you. Hey Jay, I do have a link. If you go into our YouTube channel, click our YouTube channel, search our videos, type in Clearstream TV, you will find a review we did of it a couple years ago. You do not scan for channels on Roku. You don't. You scan for channels on your TV there. East Coast, like I said, type in the model number of your TV. It's found on the back of your TV. There'll be a sticker. Type in the brand. Type in how to scan for channels. It will pop up. There'll be a video there and a help page. Texas Firefighter says his electric co-op is running fiber internet. Hoping for about 3 more months. Yeah, fingers crossed. Good luck. Slowly but surely we're getting more competition in the world of home internet. I don't see programming info watching over their TV. Is there anything I should be looking forward to check? Some TVs offer that, some don't. Roku TVs do. If you want it, you could always get like a DVR, like a Tableau or a TiVo or Channel Master. And then not only do you get the on-screen like pop up at the bottom, this is what you're watching, what's coming up in the future, you also get a DVR to record it. So that's a pretty cool feature there. Hey everybody, I think we're gonna wrap this up. My voice is kind of going, but I really wanted to say thank you to everybody. If you have a question that I was unable to answer, or I missed it, I just put in the group a link to our YouTube, I put in our YouTube page here. There's a link to our Facebook group. We have about 50,000, I think it's like almost 49,000 change, something like that right now, members of our Cord Cutting Tech Support Facebook group. There are thousands of people that do nothing but answer your cord cutting related questions. Now, I will be back next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here to answer your cord cutting related questions. But if you have a question that you want answered right now, leave me a comment down below. I'll love to hear from you. I'll do my best to answer them next week, but you can always go over to our Facebook group, post your question there, and I'll do my best to answer them. So, hey, if I didn't answer your question, very sorry. I'll see you next week. My voice is going quick. It's been a long day. Take care, everybody. I hope you have a great night. Again, I just can't say thank you enough for your support. As always, Thanks. One question. What do I think of IPTV services? Usually if they're called IPTV services, they're probably too good to be true. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Always remember that in life. Not just with cord cutting. It's a good rule that grandma told you probably someday. So keep that in mind. So hey, everybody, take care. I'll see you next week. Subscribe. See you on Saturday for our weekly recap show. I have some other videos I'll be posting later this week. So take care, everybody. And again, I really appreciate your support.